You already know what it feels like. You have been sitting there, maybe late at night, maybe early in the morning before anyone else wakes up, staring at your screen, reading about passive income, watching videos, taking notes, telling yourself that this is going to be the thing that changes everything. You can feel it. That hunger, that desperate, beautiful, terrifying hunger for something different, for a life that does not own you, for money that comes in while you sleep, for freedom that feels real instead of just something other people seem to have. And you have tried things. Or maybe you are right at the edge of trying. Either way, you are here, and the fact that you are here tells me something about you. It tells me you are serious. It tells me you are not the kind of person who just sits around wishing. You are the kind of person who actually does something about it. But here is what nobody is telling you. And I mean nobody. There is one single mistake that is costing beginners not weeks, not months, but literal years of their lives. Years of spinning wheels. Years of working hard in completely the wrong direction. Years of feeling like you are almost there but never actually arriving. And once I show it to you, you're going to feel it in your chest because you are probably already making it right now. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine you decide you want to build passive income. Maybe it is through digital products, maybe affiliate marketing, maybe creating content, whatever it is. You go all in. You spend hours learning. You consume everything you can find. You feel productive. You feel like you are moving. You are reading, watching, taking notes, building your system, planning your strategy. Weeks go by. Then months, and then one day you stop and look up and realize something deeply uncomfortable. Nothing has actually changed. The money is not coming in. The freedom you imagined is not there. And the worst part is you cannot even figure out why because you have been working so hard. That feeling right there. That specific kind of exhaustion mixed with confusion, mixed with the fear that maybe you are just not cut out for this. That is the feeling I want to talk to you about today. Because that feeling has a cause, and the cause is not you, it is a mistake. A very specific, very fixable mistake. Here is the truth. The number one mistake beginners make with passive income is optimizing for learning instead of optimizing for earning. Let that land for a second. Most people starting out spend 90% of their time consuming information and maybe 10% of their time actually implementing. And the cruel irony is that consuming information feels exactly like making progress. Your brain cannot tell the difference between learning about building a passive income stream and actually building one. Both feel productive. Only one of them pays you. Think about this for a moment. Every hour you spend watching another tutorial, instead of applying what you already know, is not a neutral act. It is costing you something real. It is costing you time you cannot get back. It is costing you momentum. It is costing you data. Because here is what the people who are actually making passive income understand that most beginners never figure out. You do not learn your way to passive income, you earn your way into understanding it. Now, before I go deeper, I want to tell you about something that has helped a significant number of people break through exactly this pattern. There is a program linked in the video description below. People who are stuck in this exact loop, consuming, planning, hoping, but never actually moving, have used it to flip that ratio completely. I am not going to pressure you. Honestly, if you are someone who is happy continuing to do things the way you have been, this might not be for you. But if there is even a small part of you that is tired of feeling stuck, you might want to check it out before you keep watching. Because what I am about to share will make a lot more sense once you understand what actually working on this looks like. Now let me break down exactly why this mistake destroys so many people before they ever get started. When you spend your time in learning mode instead of earning mode, several terrible things happen simultaneously. First, you start to confuse familiarity with competence. You get so comfortable with the concepts that you genuinely believe you understand them. You can explain affiliate marketing to someone, you can talk about digital products with confidence, but confidence about a concept and skill in executing it are completely different things. One is in your head, the other is in your results. Second, and this one is brutal, the more you learn without acting, the more reasons you discover not to act. Think about that. Every new video you watch introduces a new variable, a new risk you had not considered, a new strategy that seems better than the last one, a new reason to wait just a little longer until you know just a little more. You end up in this spiral where learning becomes a sophisticated form of procrastination dressed up as diligence, and nobody around you even challenges it because you look like you are working. Third, your timeline gets destroyed. People who understand this mistake avoid it, and they start generating real results in weeks or months. People who do not avoid it stay in the preparation phase for years. Not because they are lazy, not because they are not smart, because they never got the specific information that you are getting right now. Here is a number that puts this into perspective. The difference between someone who starts implementing immediately with incomplete knowledge and someone who waits until they feel fully ready is often 1 to 2 years in results. 1 to 2 years. Think about where you want to be 1 year from now. 2 years from now. Now think about the fact that the version of you who acts imperfectly today is going to be so far ahead of the version of you who waits for perfection. The cost of waiting is not just time, it is opportunity, it is momentum. It is the compounding effect of early action that you can never go back and recapture. Now let me tell you what life actually looks like on the other side of this. Because I think you need to feel this, not just understand it intellectually. Imagine waking up on a Wednesday morning and looking at your phone before you even get out of bed. And there are notifications. Real notifications. Money moved while you were sleeping. Not a lot at first, maybe it is small, but it is real. And the wild thing is you did not trade an hour of your day for it. You set something up, you built something, and it ran on its own while you were completely unconscious. That is not a fantasy. That is the mechanical reality of what passive income actually is when it is working. Now imagine doing that again. Building another stream. Watching it compound. And then looking back 6 months from now, 12 months from now, and seeing the graph of what you have built go from flat to something that actually matters. Not because you became a genius, not because you got lucky, but because at some point you stopped preparing to act and you just acted. That version of life is available to you. But it requires you to understand this mistake at a level that most people never reach, and then do the thing that most people are too scared to do, which is move before you feel completely ready. Here is what the most successful people in this space have in common. Every single one of them, without exception, has a story that sounds something like this. I did not know what I was doing when I started. I made mistakes. I wasted money on things that did not work. I launched things before they were perfect. And then one day something worked. And once something works, you understand it in a way that no amount of studying could have taught you. And then you build on that. And you build on that again. And that is how it compounds. The people who fail are the ones who never get to that first moment of something working. Not because it was not available to them. Because they stayed in their head instead of getting into action. Because they let the fear of imperfection outweigh the cost of inaction. And they never stopped to calculate what that cost actually was. So here is what I want you to do right now. Not tomorrow. Right now. Ask yourself one honest question. In the last 30 days, what percentage of your time on this topic have you spent learning versus actually doing something that could generate income? Just be honest with yourself. Nobody else can hear the answer. If that ratio is out of balance, you already know what the fix is. The fix is not more information. The fix is more action. Smaller steps. Imperfect steps. But steps that move you forward in the real world where results actually live. And look, I know this sounds simple, but simple and easy are not the same thing. Because the pull toward comfort, toward one more video, toward feeling prepared is incredibly strong. It is designed to feel safe. And fighting against it without the right structure around you is incredibly hard. Most people cannot do it alone. And that is okay. That is actually why the program in the description exists. The people using it are not special. They are not more talented than you. They did not start with more money or more time or more connections. What they had was a clear path that replaced endless learning loops with actual forward motion. And the results have spoken for themselves in ways that I think would genuinely surprise you if you went and looked right now. So here is the truth about where you are standing in this moment. You can close this video, go back to what you have been doing, and hope that somehow the results change. Or you can recognize that what you have been doing has a very specific flaw. That flaw has a very specific solution, and that solution is available to you right now in the link below. Not next week, not after one more video, right now. Because every single day you wait is a day the other version of your life does not get to start. Go check it out.